Hey guys, in today's video, I want to quickly show you, I'm going to try to make this as short as possible, some cool tricks with Mesh Machine that lets you adjust your bevels in real time. So say you have an object and you want to, I don't know, you want to bevel this entire area, but you want the bevel to be shaped like a V almost. Well, you can't technically go in here and scale this because it's going to be off axis. You see what I mean? Like you're technically getting that tapered shape, but actually I should do these, but it's going to be off axis, which is not really what we want. And then you could, technically move this in one direction, and then you could copy the value and then move it in this direction and then copy the value, but in the negative direction. It's just like, it's a pain in the ass to do that. And then if you want to adjust it, you got to do the same thing again. This isn't ideal. Instead, what you can do is you can use Mesh Machine, which I'll have linked in the description. It's not my tool, just a tool I've been using for years. And basically, if you go into the Mesh Machine menu, there's an option here called Change Width. So if I click on that, this will obviously, well, the first thing it'll do is it'll change the width of this chamfer here, which I can't really do by default. I'd have to, slide this. It's, again, pain in the ass. But here I can go to change width, I can find the width that I want, and then I can do it again, but this time I can press the T command for taper, the easy way to remember it, and then you can taper like this. Or if you want to flip it, you can press the F key and then flip it in the other direction. You see what I mean? So we could start with something kind of like this where it kind of tapers, on the bottom. And then again, we just press T for taper, F for flip. You can try that. At this point, the adjust width is just going to be attached to the taper, so keep that in mind. So again, you can kind of taper it and then adjust the width even more. So you kind of have full control over your bevels, which is really clean, really simple. And you have some settings down here as well that you can adjust, but usually if I want to change it, I just go and use the operation again. Now, if you want to convert this into a chamfer, you can do that as well. And let me show you what I mean. If I go into the Mesh Machine menu, you can convert chamfers into fillets, which is just a bevel with multiple segments. If you go here and hover over fuse, you're going to see it says create rounded bevels from chamfers. I click on that. I can actually go in here. I can scroll up or scroll down to adjust the segments. I can adjust the tension here. There's like other random options in here that you're probably not going to use. Like this one isn't going to work in this case. Usually you're just going to go to the fuse command. You're going to adjust the segment count here, and then you're just going to kind of lock that in. And then likewise, you can do this in the opposite direction. You can go in here into the menu. You can go to unfuse, and then it reverts it back to a chamfer. There's so many different ways to turn these destructive operations into non-destructive operations. You see what I mean? For example, if I decided, you know what, I don't want to bevel here, I can go to unbevel, and then boom, I can start from scratch. But if I just want to convert this, maybe I want to adjust the taper even more, I could simply go to unfuse, and then I could go back to change width, press T for taper, I could change the width even more, and then I could go back to the fuse command, adjust the segments, and you have full control over your bevel operations here in Blender. It's kind of like a CAD style workflow where normally you wouldn't be able to, create stuff like this just because of the nature of the software. But look at that. Now we have these really clean, kind of tapered bevels that usually you can't do in Blender, which is super cool. There's another cool feature in here that could be useful as well. You might notice that if you ever bevel a cube or something like this, in a situation like this, you're going to have a triangle in the corner just because, how else is it going to bevel this, right? So what you can actually do is you can select this area, this triangle, and you can go here to quad corner. It'll convert this into a quad. So instead of you having to go in here and if you needed the quad, just do that manually. Instead of doing that, which, could work, it's just a bit messy, you can simply go in here to quad corner and boom, you can turn that corner into a quad. And then like I said before, you can go in here to fuse, right? You can literally fuse this area into a fillet, or again, taper this This isn't the best example here because I haven't mirrored that to the bottom, but you could easily do that. And then again, you could fillet that, and now you have like these different types of bevels going on, right? So a lot of stuff you can do with this tool. So anyways, I wanted to make a quick video on this because I've been using plasticity recently, but a lot of the commands in plasticity you can transfer to Blender by just using Mesh Machine. So if you don't have Mesh Machine yet, pick up a copy of the tool. It's not ours, we just use it personally, and it's going to be very useful for your workflow. And as always, if you want to learn our entire hard surface modeling workflow in Blender in under 2 weeks, just like thousands and thousands of students have done here, I'll put as much proof on the screen as I can that our stuff works. Check out the link at the top of the description for our accelerator program. This will get you up to speed with Blender as quickly as possible. Usually you just need 30 to 60 minutes per day over a 2-week period. That's it for today's video. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.